Hello, Gilda's Club. This week we're doing a really fun little upcycling project. We are going to be using t-shirt scraps from maybe a t-shirt that you've grown out of or that has a stain, or even pieces from your project last time we worked together when we were making our macrame bag. And we are going to make Celtic knot headbands. The cool thing about these headbands is that they're very versatile and pretty. I know some people like to wear headbands to keep their hair out of their face when they're doing their makeup, or for yoga, or even just making it for a little kid if you have someone in the house who's looking for something to do during these days. It's a really fun project to do together. It's easy, looks beautiful, and it's very comfortable for everyday use. So let's get started on that. So to do this project, you're going to need some soft knit t-shirt scraps, something to measure with, something to mark with, scissors, and then either hot glue or a needle and thread. So this can be done without sewing or with sewing. This will be for attaching the headband at the backs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my t-shirt scrap. You can see that this is the body of a t-shirt. Here's the bottom of the t-shirt. I'm going to give myself a nice straight edge here because I want a straight line. Doesn't have to be perfect because when you pull on the knit fabric, it'll kind of straighten itself out. So don't worry if it's not perfectly straight. Just try and be smooth. Okay, next I'm going to take my ruler and mark off 3 inches. Again, this doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. On both sides here. Then I'm going to cut straight across here, trying to keep relatively even, but not being too concerned. There we go, got one piece. Then I'm going to cut that in half so that I have 2 pieces that are 1.5 inches wide. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to give those a stretch. You can see the edges curl instantly, just like when we were doing our macrame bag last week. Take that, give it a stretch. Now I've got 2 pieces. I want to keep those 2 sides together like this because we're going to work with it doubled up. Now that I've got my 2 pieces here, I can start to tie my knot. So take your first piece. You're going to make just a simple loop like this. You can see that I've got the piece that comes from my left side going over the bottom piece here. So if I've got that, just set that there nicely. Now we're going to incorporate the second piece. Going to take my second piece, set it on top of this top piece here, and then I'm going to put it under this piece here. Try and get that pretty even in the center. Alright, and then I'm going to bring this under like that. And I'm going to bring this piece under that piece. Let me see if I can get this open for you so you can see that really clearly. See, I've kind of mirrored the first piece. I've got this, then I've got this. And I'm going to pull, come on, gently ease those 2 together to get that pretty shape. Almost there. Need to pull these ones a little more. And look at that. Beautiful little Celtic knot representative of infinity. Pretty. Same on both sides. So now that you've got your knot all done, you're most of the way finished with this project. Before we seal up the end and make it a nice round headband, you want to check the measurement of your head, or put this around your head, see how it fits. Most heads are around 22 inches, but as you see, you've got some stretch, and you don't want it to be too loose. So I'm going to cut mine down to about 22 or 20 inches so that I've got some stretch here, and it actually keeps my hair out of my face. Before I do that, I'm going to take a piece of this scrap here. You don't need a very big piece, so maybe like, let's say about 3 inches by 2 inches. And since this is knit, it should hold together very well. I'm just going to even out that side here. Whoop. So I've got this piece here, got my headband, and I actually just decided while I was talking to you, I'm not going to cut anything. Since this is just about, I've got my measuring here, it's just about 20 inches, I'm going to just overlap it in here. So got my hot glue all ready to go. I'm going to put down a little bit of glue here. And if you don't have access to hot glue, but you do have a needle and thread, you can just sew these ends together. So I'm just going to put that right there. Put that right there. Maybe add a little more on this side. Overlap that a bit. Put that right there. And that right there. And I'm going to take, hot glue. Get a little more glue happening here. Pull this around. Ow! Don't burn yourself like I am. Let my troubles be a lesson to you. A little bit more. Bring this over top. Let that dry for a few minutes. You can see you get a pretty good finished effect. No raw edges out. You get this pretty little knot. Now there are all kinds of knots that you can try. Just go to Google, type in types of knots, try anything there, get creative. It's just the beginning of what you could possibly do. You can try other materials like cord. You can use elastic here to give it stretch if you're not using a stretch material. Really, the sky's the limit in terms of creativity. But I really like just this nice, clean, simple design, and it's a fun way of reusing a shirt that you may have outgrown or stained, giving something new purpose, and having a nice sporty hairband. Well, I hope that was a fun activity for you. I can just see a lot of ways that it can be useful, especially in the summer, doing sports, anything where you want to keep your hair out of your face and you want to be comfortable and cool. This is a great project for that. So hope you get to try it, hope it's useful for you, and I hope you had a really nice time. Thank you, and see you next week.